All right. The monolith. I'm actually. This is weird. It's happening. I think what people need to do is very, very interesting. I really can't wrap my mind around it. The one in Utah that Jacob actually videotaped. Let me see. It's it's actually a shadow. That I know. But it's a shadow of something in the sky. Really don't know what it is. I mean, it's the shape of a monolith, but it's not actually a monolith. It's a shadow of something, and there's something above it. And what I'm trying to do is actually get the coordinates of all the monolith they discovered, and I can bet you one thing. If it's in the form of a ley line, meaning that if you cut the globe, a line across the globe, and they all match up in the same location, chances are that's the only way I can actually prove that it's not really man-made. So what I'm trying to do is get the coordinates of all the monolith on my computer. Find where they were all discovered. Obviously, there's one in Utah, one in Romania, one in the UK. There's a few more. And if I could actually get it where I could narrow down the coordinates of it, that would actually give me a little bit of an idea of what's really going on. But it's going to take some time because I have to literally dig up all the information and all the monolith all over the world where they're all spotted, pin them on a map, on a global map. And while you find all the locations, you want to do what is called a ley line, which is a marking on the globe, which is, it's like the pyramid is the same thing with the pyramids. If you really know all the coordinates for all the pyramids all over the world, the ley line, which is the longitude and the latitude. It's a longitude line, the one that cut the globe, the equator. That's if you really think about it, it's kind of a ley line, but it's the equator, it's the center of the globe. So all the pyramids in the world, they all fall on the same ley line, all of them, which is you have to be actually in outer space to know that, to know where to put it. You have to know all the coordinates. So, okay, my friend keep texting me. Come on, chill. So basically, I'm trying to do the same thing with these monolith. So if they all fall on a ley line, which is a line that cut the globe, the longitude line, there's a good chance it's not being done by man. It's something higher, because man can't. It's kind of hard for man to pull that off. You got to have a lot of money, a lot of equipment, and you kind of have to go in outer space a lot to know where to put it for the coordinates. So that's another thing people can actually do. I mean, it's going to be a lot of research. I mean, which I don't mind. I actually enjoy doing research. So that's my next step with this thing. If I can pin all the coordinates with these monolith, it will tell me that it would cement it to me that it's not really done by human being. Obviously, the picture that I post of the one in Utah in the sky, it's kind of hard for man to put something in the sky like that. It appear, it disappear. It's the shadow of something. It's not really the actual monolith, but it's a shadow of something. There's a shadow in the sky. The eyewitness says is anywhere between 15 to 20 feet, I think, and it's pretty huge. He was taking a picture of the sunset, and out of nowhere, this thing appeared in front of him for 10 seconds, and he actually got a really amazing picture of it. And he shared online, and it's literally all over the internet. You get on Twitter, it's all over the internet. So I know that using critical thinking tells me there was an object in the sky. The object disappeared. Chances are it's not really man-made. It's when something can appear and disappear, what that is, it's have the capability of moving through dimensions. And you're probably wondering, dimensions is very easy to prove. Human beings we all live in the third dimension due to our senses. It keeps us in the third dimension. An object is in the second dimension. Doesn't matter what object, a car, computer that I'm using, the phone, the keyboard, it doesn't matter. So this is the keyboard. This is a two-dimensional object, all right? Let me break it down for you. For the keyboard to know that I'm here, I have to be touching it. So I'm in the third dimension interacting with a 2D object. Now, when I take my hands off of it, the keyboard don't have any sight, smell, nothing like that. So you can't really tell where I'm at until I touch it. I'm not saying the keyboard have feelings. So imagine an entity in a fourth dimension. Just like I'm in the third dimension, objects are 2D, I live in a 3D world. I can interact with a 2D object. See, I'm interacting with the keyboard. That means I'm not really downgrading into it, but to a 2D dimensional. I'm still in the third dimension. But for keyboard to know that I'm here, I got to touch it. Now, what if you have something in a higher dimension? That's the reason why they can come down in the third dimension, is basically come down in the third dimension, and they have the capability of leaving whenever they want, because I can take my hands off the keyboard whenever I want. 2D, I live in a 3D world. So you have the capability of taking it off whenever I want. I don't have the capability of moving to a 3D world, 4D world. So when stuff appear and disappear, it can either go to the fourth, fifth, sixth, you name it. I don't know, but it's going into a higher dimension. So obviously the object in Utah is from a higher dimension, and it's a shadow of something. So what I'm going to do is trying to pinpoint all the locations of all these monoliths and try to figure out what's really going on, because this is crazy. And as I said, if it fall on the same ley line, which is just as equal as the equator, the longitude line, it's a invisible line. And for all the folks who like UFO sightings and stuff like that, if you actually pinpoint all the UFO sightings, if you gather them, which I collect a lot of them, if you gather them, you can actually see that all these UFO sightings, they fall on a ley line. Seriously. It's crazy, but and I don't know how to explain it. So if someone have a sighting in Egypt, and if someone have a sighting in Canada, if you pinpoint the sighting and you take a straight line and you draw it through the globe, chances are, very good chance, that both sighting will fall on that line. And you have to have, well, humans can't do that. That's not possible. You have to be something of a higher knowledge to be able to pull something off like that. But I think, if I'm not wrong, and I'm putting it out there, you guys can also do it for yourself, to prove to you guys that, you know, what I'm saying, I'm on to something here. If you can pinpoint these coordinates and pinpoint it on a globe and draw a line through that map, there's a good chance, if it's not created by man, there's a very good chance that they're all going to fall on that line. It's an invisible line, though. It's called ley lines, okay? So I'm just putting it out there. So if you guys want to do something, you know, in your extra time, get on the computer, try to find the location of all these sightings of the monolith. And then when you can pinpoint all these locations, just draw a line through it, all right? And see what you come up with. I'm just trying to see what's really going on. All right, you guys have a great day. I'm going to get on my computer now. Just trying to get my day started. All right, you guys be safe. Bye.